Shit, man. Yo, I'm disappointed, man. I just wanted to pull up real quick. Nothing crazy. Just a quick little recap of the game. Not even a recap, man. We're just gonna talk about the game because I don't even know what to say. I had a feeling, you know what I mean? I was saying on Twitter in my last video that I had posted, I was also talking about the fact that we don't beat the teams that we're supposed to beat. So, I'm still surprised though. To say the least, I'm still surprised. Very disappointed in the offense. Defense did let up points at the end of the game, but at the end of the day, the offense was shit all day. Offense shit all day. The only thing I could really put my finger on this one is like that shitty interception Derek Carr threw in the red zone. We should have came away with points in that one. Kind of threw one in the dirt on that third down red zone. On that third down attempt in the red zone, we were going for a screen. It was a low pass, so the receiver wasn't able to catch it. Then we kicked for a field goal, and then you talk about that interception. So the defense was solid in my opinion. At the end of the game, they didn't come through clutch. I was hoping they would. Last game it was Chandler Jones. The game before that it was Max Crosby, and they really came through for us in the fourth quarter. But this last game, this one right here, the defense didn't really step up like they usually do. It was just a tough one. I mean, if you're a Raiders fan, you're kind of used to this, but at the same time, I think that was like our playoffs right there. You know what I mean? I think that was our playoffs right there. I really do. I really do. Um, the offense, man. I don't know what to say about the offense. I feel like the offense could have stepped up a little bit more and scored some more points. I really felt like the score should have been like 24-3 for the longest for some reason. And every time you would come back to look at the points and look at the game, it's like something wasn't right. Like, why are they so close in the entire game? So, I mean, it is what it is. Going on to the next game with an L, and it's disappointing. I don't even know what to say, man, without really going on a rant. The defense, on the other hand, they look cool, man. Let's be honest. They look cool most of the game. That last drive, it was just weird. You get a penalty after penalty after penalty. And when you think about it, the whole drive prior to that last one, so the second to the last drive, Max Crosby was getting held the entire drive. No penalties were getting called. Then you talk about the very last drive where they scored, and then all the penalties were getting called against us for them to get downfield. You talk about the pass interference. I mean, Robertson, it was pass interference. Then it was the false start. There was that false start on the punt. It was the false start on the punt. Now, that's probably where it started right there. When we got a holding call, we didn't accept the holding call, so it was 4th and 2 or 4th and 3. Then we got a false start on the punt return, so then they got a first down. And then from there, we never got a holding call on Crosby again, and it just trickle down effect. The very next drive, you talk about they were able to get the out route. Then they were able to, which was a good ball by Baker. I give them that. That was a good pass. Then you get the holding on a Meek, would have been an interception. So that's a killer right there. Then I believe on the next one, Max Crosby jumped off sides. Then on the next one, Jerry Tillery hit the ball out of the player's hands, gets unsportsmanlike conduct, moved him downfield. And then a big pass against Nate Hobbs. There was a big pass against Nate Hobbs that was very surprising. I don't know. He didn't get his head around. Swarns, or whatever you say his name, Swarzinski or something like that, was able to catch one over Hobbs' head. And that right there could have been a play that Hobbs, I feel like, usually makes. He didn't come through for us. Then you talk about the very next play, man. You talk about who was that? Sam Webb got a touchdown scored on him. So it's not like it was any one individual player on the defense, in my opinion. Tillery had a bad penalty. Who was it? Tillery had a bad penalty. Meek had a bad penalty. Nate Hobbs had a bad play, and then Sam Webb has a bad play. So it was multiple people, man. But let me hop up in the chat, man. I know I've been ranting here for a couple minutes. Let me hop in the chat. Shout out to everybody in here, man. If y'all can, make sure to rate that like button. I'm just going to be up here real quick, talk about this game because obviously it was a tough one. Scully Pictures with the super. Appreciate you, dog. He says Raiders were bulimic after the half. The offense was trash, man. Let's be honest. The offense was trash. The offense didn't do what it's supposed to do. Chamsworthy says season is over. Definitely. The season is over, bro. Tillery, Crosby, and Farrell lost us the game. Definitely, definitely, definitely. I think it goes to everyone. I think it goes to everyone. Honestly, I think it goes to everyone more than just the defense on that last drive. Why are we depending on the defense in the last drive in that situation? I don't know. It's weird to me. You know, you go out there. Yes, they scored points. It ended up being 16-10. But you talk about the offense got the ball back, and then they just turn around and they kick it back to the offense, to the Rams. Like, what the hell was that? What the hell was the what was the Raiders offense doing to where we get the ball back, right? And then we punt it. Like, why are we accept? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that right there was I don't know. The offense was being trashed the whole game. Why accept the ball from the quarterback? Yeah, I don't know. That was a dumb play, man. Dumb play. Um, Let me just catch up to the chat. I know a lot of y'all going in here. Let me catch up real quick. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. You got Brute Warrior in here. He says, looking terrible against the Rams. Second string led by a waiver wire quarterback. Yeah, and they didn't even have Aaron Donald out there. Like, that's wild. Offense so boring for 2 hours. Exactly, Tyson. What was wrong with the offense? What was wrong with the offense? Honestly, for me, I felt like it's. I don't even want to talk about Derek Carr, but I ain't gonna lie, man. I feel like it was Derek Carr at the end of the day. Like, the offense was stalled out. And when you look at the stats, I believe we rushed for more yards than we passed for yards, if I'm not mistaken. Like, bruh, that's pathetic. How are we rushing for more yards than we passing? Let me pull this shit up, man, because I can't make this up. When I seen the stats, I was looking at the game and I had seen, and I'm looking like, dog, are we really rushing for more than we're passing right now? Um, Good God Almighty, bro. Like, look at this. All right, I'm gonna pull this up for y'all so y'all can see what I'm seeing. Because this right here is insane, dog. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how do you do this, dude? All right, let's look at the stats, bro. Because look at this, man. This is wild, wild as hell. So here we got Derek Carr. He's 11 for 22, 137 yards in 2 interceptions. Obviously, you know what I mean. One of them was a tough interception. The other one was whatever. But 11 for 20, 11 completions. And then we passed. So we passed for 137 yards, obviously, and then we rushed for 165. We rushed for 165 yards, but we passed for 137. And I don't know, man. That right there is that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. We barely threw the ball. Everything was run, run, run. Way too conservative. Bring back Wall and run from now. Yeah, man. I mean, when you have how many second half attempts? Shoot, I don't even know, man. I would have to go count. But the thing is, at the end of the day, it was an L. The season is over, in my opinion, at this point. I mean, if you guys think the season isn't over, let me know down in the comments. Johnny B says the pick before half mixed with penalties at the end. Hobbs was toast today. Yeah, it was a tough one, man. Then he says this loss felt like losses earlier in the season. Get a lead and just run the clock down. Yeah, I honestly don't know what happened with that, man. Honestly, don't know what happened with that one. They came into the game thinking the game was already point blank, and it showed. Yeah, definitely. That's the Raiders for you, man. It's finito. Season over. No points the entire second half. You got to make a play like somewhere. I mean, damn. You could feel them gaining traction. Yeah, definitely. Carr 0-3 versus the Rams. Yeah. Back to the CJ Stroud avatar. Shout out to Tyson, man. What's good with you? Derek Carr, 80 turnovers over the last 5 years. Only trail Golf, 82. Damn. Look, man, honestly, at this point, Carr's not going anywhere. Carr's not going anywhere. Baker played better than Carr. I mean, that interception was a tough one. I mean, it's hard to say. Should have never been close. Definitely not. Should have definitely not been close. Too conservative with the play call in the second half. Once again, outcoached in the second half. Yeah, man. Yeah, so I mean that. Well, Peter Rogers says defense sucks. They were 15 yards off the ball with the quarterback. That was 2 days into the playbook. Holding PI personal. Yeah, I mean the defense was cool. Defense was cool. Some of the penalties were like, all right, but Defense was cool most of the game. They should have never had an opportunity to even catch up to us. We should have been up way more than 16-10. The fact that we were up only 16-10, like 16-3 at that point. We should have been up almost 30-3. We should have at least had more than 20 points. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on real quick, y'all. Appreciate y'all pulling up, man. If y'all can, make sure to hit that like button, please. I'm not gonna be on here long. Plus, I got work in the morning. I gotta go to work at 6 in the morning tomorrow. Got to be there at 6. But I'll pull up, man. I'll probably drop a video here. Appreciate everybody that tuned in, man. I'm sure other people live seeing G and all them, but stay tapped in, yo. I'm gonna get with y'all. This game was whack as hell. Appreciate y'all. Until next time, y'all ready to take.